Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Jingle bells, Batman smelt, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile lost the wheel, but the Joker got away.
Ho, 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 and thanks for tuning in to the second Batcast 66 Christmas episode. My name's Kendall.
And I'm Scott.
Normally we talk about an episode of Batman 66, but, for the holidays, we like to get wild.
Yeah, we usually like to do something a little bit different that's relevant to the holiday.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work out that, a Batman 66 episode coincides.
Although that would be great.
That would be awesome, but, it is what it is. But it's, fun to talk about other Batman projects besides just the 60s show.
Yeah. I agree. And here we are once again going back to the well of Batman the Animated Series.
One of the more iconic episodes, I think, or at least one of the more landmarky kind of ones.
Yeah, so today we're talking about Christmas with the Joker.
Season 1, episode 2, directed by Kent Butterworth, written by Eddie Gorodetsky. I don't know how you say his name, but it originally aired November 13th, 1992.
Thanks for doing research on that. Do you know if those guys wrote any other Batman episodes?
Offhand, no. I'm not as well versed in that kind of stuff for the animated series. I haven't watched the animated series all the way through in years. I've only watched it recently to do our Halloween episode this year when we did Nothing to Fear, which is the episode after this chronologically.
Whoa.
But this is a pretty important episode. Not only is it the first time we get to see the Joker in this iteration, this is the first time Mark Hamill, voiced him. We got to hear that iconic Mark Hamill Joker voice.
Yeah.
And I think he still does it from time to time. He was the only the only voice for the Joker in so many things.
Yeah, I feel maybe he's retired from being the Joker.
I wouldn't be surprised. I also know he was close with Kevin Conroy and really only wanted to do Joker when he was doing Batman.
Yeah.
He can't be Batman anymore. So
yeah.
I mean, we talk about the Joker on a relatively regular enough basis with the 60 show. What do you think about Mark Hamill's Joker, just in general?
Oh, well, I love Mark Hamill's Joker.
How old were you to realize that was Luke Skywalker?
Oh, God, I don't know when I figured that out.
It was when it had to have been when I was when the Justice League show was out, and then I realized it said, because I never paid attention to the credits and stuff as a kid, and then I was like, Mark Hamill. No, I think it was because I saw a Balto movie he did a voice in, and the commercial was Mark Hamill's whatever character. I was like, wait, the Mark Hamill? And then I looked him up on the internet because that was new, and they're and he was the Joker in Batman. I was like, get the hell out.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I have no idea when I found out.
Yeah.
But
it just was it was 10 years after this episode,
Yeah.
I think we were in high school.
I remember seeing do you know what the Guyver is?
Yes, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I mean, I know it's also an anime and everything too.
Yeah, I remember seeing the cassette tape.
Yeah, where he's half Mark Hamill, half Guyver face. Or at least that was the DVD. I remember because we had it when I worked at Suncoast.
Yeah, well, did he even play the main character in it?
He was at least top billed.
Yeah, but I don't even think he was the main character. I haven't seen either Guyver movies in forever.
It's been a long time. It's been 20 years since I've seen them.
So Christmas with the Joker.
Obviously, we chose this because it's Joker Day.
It's Joker Day?
I was just making a joke. We obviously chose it because it's Christmas.
Oh. I mean, I don't know. Is there a Joker Day?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there's some weird community that celebrates the Joker somewhere.
I kind of hate that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Joker in general, his fans. But, that's a different conversation.
We get the opening credits right into that title card. I probably said this on the Scarecrow episode, but I love the title cards in this series.
Oh, yeah. I used the title card art I found where you can get them without the title on it. I use that for the thumbnail for the Scarecrow episode. I'll probably do that with this one too if I can.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell is the thumbnail for this episode? It just like looks creepy.
I'd have to pull it up in front of me. I don't remember exactly what it looks like.
Like it's like kind of blurry and hard to see, but it's like the Joker either like hunched over like a freak or like his head on a like turkey or something.
Oh, I see it. I always kind of so it reminds me of how the Grinch Stole Christmas, where like he's dressed as Santa with a sack on his back and he's kind of like creeping about.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, that's
He's got, like, a
exactly
Santa-
what it is. That's
yeah, he's
exactly
got like a Santa hat and stuff. Yeah.
very cool. We open at Arkham Asylum. It's Christmas Eve, and all the patients are singing Christmas carols. Are they patients or inmates?
I guess they would be patients. It's an asylum. It's not a jail. Even though like it's kind of interchangeable that it is or it isn't.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's just it looks more like a prison. Like when I was a kid, I would have thought this was it was a prison and not a mental institution.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Because yeah, they're just letting the Joker, who's like obviously dangerous, like hang out with everybody else.
Yeah.
But anyway, all the patients are singing, and we get, is this the origin of this song?
I looked into it and like I can't find like concrete evidence that existed before.
Well,
I'm pretty sure
no.
it was like a schoolyard rhyme before this.
Gotcha. Because yeah, doesn't Bart Simpson sing it in the first episode of The Simpsons? So
If he does, then that predates this then.
Yeah.
That's a good. I have to take a look at that. I'd have to go double check. But like, this is the first time I remember it being a thing.
I mean, I definitely
I was
heard
like,
it.
yeah, I was like 6 or 7 when this came out, so I may have heard it like before. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I've like heard it, but like I don't know if me hearing it predates this or what.
yeah, me neither.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
We get
Anyway,
the-
like I used it for the theme song for last year's Christmas special, and I will use it again for this one.
cool. Yeah. Anyway, what we're talking about, the Jingle Bells Batman Smells version.
Robin laid an egg. Yeah, our friend Joe has a like an ugly Christmas sweater, which is just the lyrics of that. So like it's Batman with stink lines. The Batmobile's like wheel rolling away. Robin laying an egg, and then Joker running off the shirt.
Love
It's very
it.
cool, and it's like subtle enough that, but it's like it's like the '60s versions of the characters, so it also relates to this. It's a very cool sweater. I wish I had it.
Speaking of the 60s version of these characters, as the Joker's singing this song, he climbs up on the Christmas tree, and secretly the Christmas tree was a rocket the whole time. And that feels very Batman 66 to me.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. That is the first instance where like, because this is essentially the exact same thing as him pitching and getting like shot out of it from the pitcher's mound, like on springs.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot in this episode that I think is very like
This could have been
yeah, it's like much sillier than I remembered it being and remember the show usually being. And like, yeah, it feels like a lot of like 60s style tropes where there's like when you try to think about like how did he set all this stuff up ahead of time, like his plans for this.
So
like, you don't think about it, like that just happens.
Yeah. Know? So that's why I asked you if the writer ever came back. Like it very much feels like the writer was a fan of the 60s show.
I just real quick looking him up. I don't see any other Batman credits. Doesn't mean he doesn't have any, but like he's worked on a lot of television shows.
Interesting.
Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and like Dharma and Greg and SCTV and it's SNL and stuff.
Well, yeah, the Joker got away.
Yeah, just like the song said.
We cut to the Batcave, and even though he knows this dangerous criminal is on the loose, Robin doesn't want to patrol. He just wants to stay home and watch It's a Wonderful Life.
Now, to be fair, I love that movie. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, but just like...
I know, he's got more important problems.
Get your priorities straight, dude. And he's like, oh, what are the chances he's going to do anything on Christmas Eve? And just like, of course he's gonna do something on Christmas Eve.
He escaped in a Christmas like conveyance.
I do think it's funny how they like the episode pokes fun at Batman for being like brooding.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I never saw that movie. I couldn't get past the title.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little over the top.
Yeah, it's just goofy. Like, especially for this show that like takes itself a little bit more seriously.
Yeah, I remember, this is a little off topic, but there's one of the like I think it's like episode 3 of Brave and the Bold is a Christmas episode, and like that one kind of the whole episode's like, why does Batman hate Christmas so much? And it's revealed by the end that like that's retcon, like that's when his parents were killed. So it's like, yeah, he doesn't like the season, but like, you know, it's Red Tornado's the team up, and he's trying to like learn humanity, and he's like, why I need to understand the Christmas spirit. It's very cute, but like it also deals with like the dark subject matter. I think that's a better way of making, if you want Batman to not care about Christmas stuff, then just like It's a Wonderful Life is silly.
Yeah, I mean,
also I wonder, it's been a long time since I watched the show, and I do know they do episode that shows Robin's origin, but I wonder, like, I don't think he's had Dick since he was like 6, like in the comics. Like, how is this feels like it's their first Christmas together, you know?
well, he was a little kid in the Robin origin episode.
Yeah, so it's like it feels weird that like they don't know each other's rhythms this time of year. Does that make any sense? I mean, I'm sure they weren't thinking that far in advance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It feels kind of familiar to me.
Yeah.
It just seems like maybe they previously never had to like go looking for a criminal on Christmas, and Dick just doesn't want to.
I guess. Did you see the trailer for that new Batman special? It's a Christmas thing.
Oh no.
I forget what it's called. It's got a really goofy art style, but it's like Damian wants to be a superhero, and like he finds Batman. I forget what happens to Batman, but like he can't be around for Christmas, but he finds his present for him, which is a little Batman outfit. So like he stops like the Joker and like a bunch of villains like Christmas plots. It's very, very silly and very much for like 4-year-olds.
Nice.
But it actually kind of looks like it might be something that's up your alley. Not saying you're not saying you're like a 4-year-old, but it seems like your kind of like designs and stuff.
Cool. Well, I'll check it out. I do have the taste of a 4-year-old, so
Sometimes.
I wanted to point out this next scene. It's like a crowded city street. And like, I'm not saying the actual animation like work is like super fluid and high quality, but like it's actually a pretty busy scene for like a Saturday morning cartoon. Or like, wasn't season 1 of this just like every weekday?
Don't remember. I don't know without like having to do some research on it, but I don't remember it like that. I mean, I remember watching it like every weekday, but I think, you know, they weren't new episodes.
Yeah, it just feels like kind of more work than you'd usually see. Like, in my brain, I compare this episode to the X-Men animated series. Like, I can think back to like the opening 2-parter of that show where they're in like a mall and there's just no people walking around this mall, because why would you animate people in the mall?
Yeah, that becomes expensive.
Yeah.
This show is one of those things, like it was of a different quality than like its contemporaries. And like it was, even as a kid, like I kind of do that.
Yeah, it just like looks good. And like, yeah, it's very impressive.
And like I think this episode compared to like other episodes of like around like in the first season, like I don't think this one's especially all that impressive and technically compared to some other ones.
No, yeah, I mean, it definitely gets better.
Yeah, which is crazy that like it's already like good.
Yeah, they're already like going above and beyond.
Yeah, and eventually they go Batman Beyond.
Yeah. Anyway, Batman and Robin are patrolling. Batman's like just ready to like crack some skulls. He almost beats up a nice boy. who's like, the shot is framed like this like young guy is running up on an old lady, and Batman like swings down to like beat his ass.
Yeah.
But then the guy's just like, oh, lady, you dropped this package a couple.
Like a black back or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is I like that. It's cute. I'm a sucker for Christmas stuff. So like, I like people being nice at Christmas time.
Well, no crime.
Yeah. Crime takes a night off.
So Dick gets his wish and they go home to watch It's a Wonderful Life. What do you think of their movie theater?
I always really wanted it. Like as a kid, it's so cool. Like essentially have a movie theater in your house.
Seems a little impersonal, but whatever.
That's fine.
Still very cool.
I'm surprised Bruce wants that in his house because his parents died going to the movies.
Damn. Dark.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? They died wearing clothes too. You don't see him being a nudist. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess you got me there.
They got to tune into It's a Wonderful Life, but their program is interrupted by a holiday special that seems to be on every channel. Who could it be but the Joker? So yeah, I kind of love this trope where it's like the episode of television you're watching is like about an episode of television. It's just like makes for a lot of fun. So like, yeah, we are watching Christmas with the Joker, but also Bruce and Dick are watching Christmas with the Joker. Yeah. I just think it's like a fun.
Yeah, and it's a fun like homage to like classic celebrity like Christmas like variety shows.
Yeah, which is very much what this is.
Yeah.
How about this Santa Claus like battle tank robot?
It's pretty cool.
Do we think that that's like real? Like, how else would he film that, you know?
I guess it's there's a lot of stuff in this where like it makes absolutely no sense that this would be there, and there'll be more of that as we go.
Yeah,
it's very like old school comic book and like 60s Batman show like kind of logic, where it's just like, well, this is my plan, so I need to have these things.
Yeah,
so they just are there.
So yeah, a tank, like a tank with a robot Santa body attached to the top of it is just like terrorizing citizens in Gotham, and then like just stops and like shoots its head off into like fireworks that say like Christmas with the Joker in the sky.
Yeah, so it becomes like the title card for the special within. So we get 2 Christmas with the Joker title cards.
Yeah. And just like so crazy. How did he set any of this up?
I don't know. It also doesn't really like, it's not like he escaped from Arkham and there were like 2 weeks later or whatever. Just like it kind of plays out like it's all the same night.
Yeah. So on his show, he has the Awful Lawful family.
Yeah, so because he doesn't have a family to celebrate the holidays with, he decided to steal his own.
Yeah, so we got the dad is Commissioner Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
The mom is Summer Gleason.
And then like baby.
Yeah, the baby, which I love, is Harvey Bullock.
Yeah.
Who's the best character in the show.
He's up there.
And yeah, they're going to die at midnight unless Batman can save them.
Well, one of my other favorite things, he also has a quote unquote live studio audience, which is just like cardboard cutouts of all of the other characters.
Yeah.
I love that Batman and Robin are there. Like,
it's pretty perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, Batman and Robin, they head back out. They're racing around the city trying to find the Joker. The Joker decides to like make a couple distractions for them.
Yeah.
First off,
I was going to say, I assume this probably started at like 11. This broadcast. Yeah, because like I know that one of the things he does is a train, but it's like specifically like the 11:30 train.
Oh yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Yeah, so he has this like model of the city. And he's like, oh, what can we do first? Let's blow a train bridge.
Is this when he starts talking to like his little puppet that's his hand?
I think so.
Yeah. Is it, I guess he needed someone to play off of.
Yeah, this is like pre Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, this is very pre. I think Harley Quinn. I don't even know if she's in the first season.
No, she's in the first season for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's like probably the third Joker episode she appears.
Like I said, it's been a while since I've gone through Batman the Animated Series.
Because yeah,
Which I would not be opposed to, but we'll probably dip our toes in and out of that like this throughout this podcast.
Batman goes to save the bridge or save the train from driving off the cliff. Pretty simple affair. Robin uncouples the passenger cars and Batman just sticks his head in the window of the locomotive.
Yeah.
And tells the engineer, bridge is out. Come on.
Yeah. And then they jump out to safety.
That would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it happens more often than you think in Gotham.
You're just hanging out doing your job and Batman sticks his head through the window.
Yeah, super criminal is like, put your life in danger. You need to do this crazy thing. This may be the fourth or fifth time this happened to like these train engineers.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's part of their training, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, the locomotive goes off the cliff, but everyone's safe. It was pretty easy job. Nothing too.
Yeah. It feels like they just kind of needed to have like a bit of an action beat before this commercial break.
After the train fiasco, the Batmobiles finally like isolated the broadcast signal to the Mount Gotham Observatory.
Mount Gotham feels very much like a 60s naming thing.
Yeah, or it's just the cheapest, easiest to name.
Yeah.
Like any Joker could think of.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Sorry, folks. So yeah, they climb Mount Gotham and there's a big old present waiting for them.
Yep. This is very, very 60s.
Yeah. And it's a Joker in the box, if you will. A big old Jack in the Box with the Joker's head on it. And it just like is taunting them, saying that it was kind of just a distraction, a red herring, if you will. And this is one of the things I love about the television episode within a television episode thing. Because here's where we get the commercial break.
Oh yeah, Joker says the word from our sponsors or whatever, and then goes to a real commercial break.
Yeah, I fucking love
those are always fun. Yeah,
it's so funny. Anyway, we're back from the commercial.
You know what's even funnier? The fact that he's still doing advertiser spots in his criminal scheme.
Oh yeah. You know,
yes, you can't defeat communism or capitalism.
Yeah, dang, Scott. Love it. Love the Joker. Yeah. Love that Joker.
Yeah, this episode's much goofier and sillier than I remembered it being.
It's so goofy, and like we'll talk about like our feelings on it at the end.
This is when I was like, I don't remember this. I was like, what is happening? Like as the Joker in the box, and it sets up like the next scene. I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, so the observatory is really like a cannon.
Yeah, like the telescope was turned into a big cannon by the Joker with all of his amazing engineering abilities.
Yeah, just like this is like military grade stuff here.
And isn't there like nutcracker robots or something happening now?
No, not yet. Right now, there's a bunch of like cardboard cutouts of the Joker with like machine gun hands.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So yeah, they're shooting at Batman. The cannon is shooting at Batman. The cannon goes haywire and starts just like randomly firing into the city. So people are dealing with that on Christmas Eve. We never even touch on that. Batman and Robin split up, and Batman tells Robin to perform a Operation Cause and Effect, which is just Robin throwing a grenade at like the computer that's like...
I want to see them do that in the 60s show so bad.
Operation Cause and Effect.
Yeah, it was just they throw like do something, because they always come up with like these really convoluted, stupid things, like spring shoes or like bulletproof shoes and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I just want to see them blow something up.
I mean, Batman has like little grenades.
Yeah. Yeah, he has that stuff. They were in like the very first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After this whole fiasco, like Batman says like the most like defeated line. He's just like, only a miracle can save the hostages.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, dude, did you just like give up?
Well, Christmas is the time for miracles, though. Well, you gotta think they had until midnight. The train was at 11:30. Then they had to do
the train, I guess, was due at the station.
at 11:30. But you gotta imagine, like, they drove all the way out to this observatory at Mount Gotham. They had to deal with all of the stuff that we just described, like, and they still don't know where to go.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's a dire situation.
But Joker helps them out a little bit.
Yeah.
He busts out a Betty Blooper doll, which is just a Betty Boop knockoff.
Yeah. Like in the show that he's doing, like his family's opening presents. And like that was Summer Gleason's thing.
Yeah. You know, Robin's like, oh, Betty Blooper, they haven't made those in years. And Batman's like, you're right. Only one place would have them, the place they were made, but it's been out of operation.
Yeah, for like 14 years.
Yeah. So, and it's LAFCO Toys.
Of course.
And like their building is shaped like the Joker's face.
Yeah.
And that to me,
I assume the Joker did that after the fact.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But that to me was like very Batman 66.
Oh, it's very classic corny Batman.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, of course his hideout is at like.
Oh yeah, every single Batman 66 episode we've done, like the villain is in a very specific themed like hideout.
Yeah.
It's like super obvious. Like Catwoman's one was like Gato something, like it was like two foreign words for cats.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like it's just like you should look at these places sooner. Like that's why I'm glad in the Archer episode that they just search for like Robin Hood related things and like, oh yeah, here's this archery range.
He's probably there.
Like, yeah, he's there. Let's go deal with that.
They head over to LAFCO Toys and yeah, here's where we get the giant nutcracker.
Okay.
They like enter the building and Joker puts on like Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy or something.
Yeah, like a song from the Nutcracker.
Yeah, and these giant nutcrackers start stomping around. There are these like little toy planes that are like running around trying to get Batman and Robin.
Yeah, they're like trying to kamikaze them, right?
Yeah. So Batman picks up a baseball bat and just like starts smashing these planes out of the sky.
That's awesome.
And Robin says they don't call you Batman for nothing. And I thought that was pretty funny.
It reminded me of the arcade game like Ninja Baseball Batman. Which isn't a Batman like DC Comics character game, but you're like these robot ninjas that like are baseball players. And you just it's like a beat 'em up and you clobber things with bats. But it's called like Batman. So it's like I always associate it with Batman.
What's it called? Robot Ninja Batman?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. I don't think it's called that. I can't find that.
Ninja Baseball Batman. That's what it is.
And this was in American arcades?
No, this is I don't think it came to the States.
This looks
Oh no, it says US. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's super rare though.
Oh, I would love to play this. This looks awesome.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play it, and it looks like way up our alley for the games we like to play.
Oh, this is so cool. All right.
Anyway,
back to
Batman with a baseball bat made me think about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go on a deep dive of that once we're done recording today. So yeah, Batman and Robin have defeated all of the Joker's traps. But we're almost out of time. The awful lawful family is suspended over a pit of lava ?
It's something molten. I guess like they would need to melt plastic for toys manufacturing.
Sure.
That's how I justify it. Like that, I think that's after like Batman uses teddy bears to evade like machine guns, right?
Oh yeah. So the Joker has these two henchmen.
Donner and Blitzen.
Yeah, and there's a trope that they use a lot in the Batman animated series that I kind of really like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where like the bad guys will be like shooting machine guns like crazy everywhere, and then like Batman will sneak into the shadows and use his like cowl as a distraction.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, so like they're like shooting up this cow. Meanwhile, like Batman throws this giant teddy bear on top of them.
Which defeats them.
It defeats them. They're weak against teddy bears.
Yeah.
But yeah, Awful Waffles strung up, and the Joker says they will die unless Batman accepts his present.
Yeah, I loved this.
This is the best part of the episode.
Oh yeah, by far. Because up until then, I'm kind of like, this is kind of like a lot of stuff happening, and I wasn't really getting that invested in it. And this kind of, yeah. If you want to explain it, I love it.
So Robin's like, Batman, don't take that present.
And I love that it's like in Batman like themed wrapping paper.
Yeah. Batman has to take it to save the hostages, no matter what might be in it.
Yeah. And obviously this version of the Joker now we've established is like very unhinged and like it's very dangerous. There's like lots of dangerous stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you need proof, look at the Batman Beyond movie to see how dangerous he is.
Well, I was saying like, because this is the first Joker episode. So if you were watching this, this is like all of the things you've seen leading up to this, you know.
Yeah. So Batman starts to unwrap his present, and he opens the box, and a spring with a whipped cream pie just hits him right in the face.
And Joker goes into hysterics.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
I thought it was very funny.
That was great. I've seen this episode a couple times, and I was not expecting that at all.
I forgot about it. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've watched it.
After that, Batman, they go after the Joker, who like releases the hostages into the lava, but Batman saves them just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
And then the Joker himself trips on a roller skate and almost falls into the lava himself.
Yeah.
And saved by the last minute by Batman.
Who says, "Merry Christmas, Joker," and then Joker says, "Bah humbug," which I also like.
And that's that.
Yeah, they Bruce and Dick get to watch It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, but they had to borrow a copy from Commissioner Gordon. I'm really curious about that conversation. Like, did they borrow it as Batman?
Yeah, as they were rescued him. Yeah. I bet Dick probably or Robin probably mentioned something like, "Man, I missed It's a Wonderful Life." And he's probably like, "Well, I have it on tape."
There we go. That makes sense.
That's my assumption.
Batman said he kind of liked the movie.
Yeah, I love the movie. It's so good. Have you ever watched it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a top fiver for me.
It could be a little bit shorter in my opinion, but
it could be, but like it hits me differently every time I watch it. And I usually watch it like between like Christmas and New Year's, somewhere in there every year.
What's the guy's name? The bad guy?
Mr. Potter.
Yeah, like he gets away with all that money at the end.
Yeah, he gets away. Like, but you know, the message of no man who has friends is poor, like, is very, it hits me really hard. So but yeah, so they watch It's a Wonderful Life. Joker's been in prison. And then
he's back in the asylum.
Yeah, again, it looks like a prison.
Is questionably a prison.
Yeah.
And he's singing Christmas songs. He loves Christmas.
He says, "Deck the halls," and he ends the episode by saying "Merry Christmas." And that's Christmas with the Joker. So what did you think overall?
Not great.
Yeah, I also didn't really like it all that much. If I'm being honest. And I remember it never being like my favorite episodes. I think most any other Joker episode is way more memorable. But
I will say I like it more than what I'm remembering the next Joker episode to be.
Yeah,
Which is where
I remember there's one where he's like got a gang with like gas masks, and that's like all I remember.
yeah, and he like is like sailing this boat around.
And I think he sings a song at one point. I only remember one like very specific scene in it.
That one kind of was boring.
But then I think after that might be Joker's Favor, which is the first appearance of Harley, which that is like my favorite episode of the whole series.
Oh yeah. That one's pretty good.
It's so good for so
Yeah.
It's like if I were to create like what would my perfect Joker episode be? Because like it's got a wacky, like Joker's scary in it. It's got like he's got kind of a wacky plan that's kind of wrapped up into like a joke on this guy. And then I love that guy like snaps and like Joker has to like get Batman's help to save him from this random guy. Like it's so fun and like legitimate. Like I think Joker's like legitimately, this Joker like legitimately balances being funny and being like menacing. Whereas most portrayals go one way or the other. I don't think there's been many where I think they successfully pull it off like that other than this show.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson isn't really funny as the Joker. Cesar Romero
isn't really threatening.
Funny.
Yeah, I think Cesar Romero is funny. I think he leans more.
He's only funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say he leans that way.
Yeah,
but Heath Ledger goes the not funny way. You know, like something like these things aren't inherently bad. They work for the properties that they're in.
Yeah, but this one.
Comic Joker is like
show itself kind of is really good at balancing that line between like we know that this is a goofy concept, but like we're gonna take it as like as serious as it allows.
Like the characters take it seriously, and that's what makes you take it seriously. And I guess they kind of do that in the '60s show too. But like it is just more lighthearted, like tonally and everything.
Yeah, I mean this show definitely like skews darker, but like they don't go so like it's dark, but it's not like gritty like how people remember it to be.
Yeah, like and to be fair, I kind of remember it like that too because this was way sillier than I like. Not like in terms of like it being hilarious, but like way sillier in terms of like the observatory is also a canon now, kind of elements.
Yeah, this episode's insane.
Yeah, and in a way that I don't think particularly works for me, but it's entertaining. Like I've definitely seen way worse episodes of way worse pieces of Batman media, you know.
Yeah, where does it sit on your Batman holiday, or like I guess how does it compare to our last holiday episode?
I think Nothing to Fear was the stronger episode.
No. I mean
for Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Well, this is more rewatchable. It's a lot shorter. But I like them about the same. So if you remember from last year, I'm not wild about Batman Returns.
Yeah. Well, and I mean the rest of us know that Scott is wrong.
Yeah, well, we'll talk Batman movies probably more in depth at some point, but
yeah, I'm sure.
Returns is like a lower mid-tier, lowered like because I know again my controversial opinion that I like Batman '89, but like to me it's like that's the middle of my Batman barometer.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I just think Returns is way more entertaining than this episode was.
They both have stuff I like and are both kind of bogged down by things that like I'm not as interested in. If that makes any sense. Like to me it's comparable, but like this one's 20 minutes versus like 2 hours.
Word, I hear you.
Yeah. I guess it's also like I only get one outing with Danny DeVito's Penguin. But like I because I know Mark Hamill's Joker so well, like it's kind of fun hanging out with him.
Gotcha.
Like that does buoy this a lot. Like the Joker's very entertaining in this.
Oh yeah, he's the best part for sure.
Yeah.
Like everyone's kind of a wet blanket.
Yeah. And I just realized this is also the first time we see Robin in the show too.
Yeah.
He's not in On Leather Wings. I like the idea of them making Robin like in college in this.
Me too, because then like he gets to be in episodes that like fit his presence a little bit better.
And like he doesn't feel as much of a sidekick. Like in this, he feels more like equal to Batman.
Yeah,
like the way they talk and work with each other.
Well, kind of like you watch the like ninja episode, and obviously Batman's the only one who can beat the ninja.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like he doesn't feel like Batman's like lecturing him about like you got to do your studies and stuff. Like we get
Oh,
like
definitely not. Yeah,
and,
very
and, and, to,
different than the 60s.
and to be fair, the 60s one he is younger in that. Like he's clearly in high school.
Yeah. No, I definitely like Robin being in college because like
Yeah.
if Robin was in on Leather Wings or even like Fear or Nothing to Fear, um I think both of those episodes would like suffer from his presence.
Yeah, and I'm glad he's not always around.
Yeah, it's a good way for them to like write around him.
And I wonder if they were just like, oh well, people associate Robin with like corny Batman. Maybe we don't want to use him all the time. Because yeah, I think only when did Batman Returns come out? It had to have come out by now, right? Because the Joker, the Penguin in this looks like the Danny DeVito joke Penguin.
Yeah, I think this like kind of came out in tandem with that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess if we were giving him a villain rating, I'd probably do like, I guess it would have to be a 2 because he almost gets away with it, but like in terms of like cohesion, like it's like feels like a 1. But this isn't part of like official villain rankings and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I beg to differ. I think he
Really?
gets exactly what he wants.
But he gets defeated in the end.
Yeah, but I don't think his like sure he wanted to get away. And I mean like they all get defeated in the end. That means nobody's able to get a perfect score. I would give him a 3. He sends Batman on this wild goose chase just to have him get pied in the face.
You know what? If that's all it was going for, then yeah, I guess he did get what he wanted in the end. But
yeah, because
I think that he did all of this freaking work just for that joke. And
I think that's true.
Was the show still broadcasting at this time?
I would think so.
I would hope so.
He didn't kill all of Gotham got to watch Batman get
pied in the face.
Yeah, incredible.
It's also crazy that like Joker had to have people like setting this stuff up for him ahead of time, but we only see these 2 dumb like muscle goons.
Yeah, how much money do you think went into this plot?
I don't know.
There's like a freaking cannon,
like millions of dollars just to do any of that stuff with the observatory without anyone stopping them.
There's a giant Santa Claus robot thing.
Yeah,
like absolutely insane.
Maybe that was like a miniature thing that they had done ahead of time, and that just was the opening.
There were people fleeing in terror.
I know, but like maybe they were paid actors or something. Maybe that was like pre-recorded that. Because Batman never goes and fights that.
Well, yeah, because it self-destructs. So
yeah, but you know what I mean, like that. I don't know.
It self-destructs. So it can write in the
sky. You're asking if it was real. You thought it was real or not. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah,
I'm trying to rationalize some of this, but it's impossible. There's a giant Joker Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
like that happened. Yeah,
that's pretty tame.
I know. There was Nutcracker robots.
Yeah, that's insane. Like it's all insane. But yeah, great episode. I can't say it put me in the holiday spirit, but we're recording this before Thanksgiving, and I'm definitely not there.
I'm kind of there. We've already decorated the store, so like I'm already surrounded by the trappings of Christmas.
Godspeed to you.
As long as we hold off on playing the music soon, which I know I'm against a rising tide. Everyone at the store loves Christmas music.
Well, maybe you can work from home.
Maybe. It's not that I dislike the songs, but it's like hearing the same songs every year for more than a month straight. Like, I'm like, I don't ever need to hear this music ever again. But that's a different conversation. And I guess maybe if we play the Batman Smells version of Jingle Bells in there more, I'll be happier.
All right. Well, we hope you all have a good holiday, whatever one you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate, I hope you just have a good time.
Yeah, and hey, you're listening to us, so the day must have gotten better. if you're listening to this and it's still before the new year, we still have our giveaway. I'll be ending that at the end of the year. Just like, share, subscribe, any episode of Batcast, and send us a screenshot of doing that or having done it to batcast66@gmail.com to be entered a chance to win 4 Batman facsimile editions featuring the first appearances of Robin, Joker, Riddler, and Penguin.
Heck yeah. And
see you guys in 2024.
2024. Wow. The future's here. We'll see you there, folks. Same Batcast time, same Batcast channel.